Hello gentle viewers, this is Indian, welcoming you to a channel update video, and we're going to talk about what team we'll be playing as in Out of the Park Baseball 22. Thank you before I get started to everyone who commented on YouTube or voted in the Twitter poll. I can words. I can speak English. It really means a lot to me that you took time to provide me with some helpful feedback, and without further ado, we're going to look through. In case you missed last week's video, what I did is I posted 6 teams and said, hey, I need some help. Who should I play as in the new OOTP 22 video that comes out on March the 26th? So, everyone responded. I got lots of great feedback. Thank you very much. Let's talk about who won in reverse order for maximum drama. Nobody picked the Seattle Mariners. I'm a little bit surprised by it. I have very fond memories of the Mariners. Guys like Edgar Martinez, Ichiro, Felix Hernandez, Jamie Moyer. Who doesn't love Jamie Moyer? Everyone loves Jamie Moyer. John Olerud. A lot of people in my brain as Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr. How did I forget Ken Griffey Jr.? Alex Rodriguez. Whoa, what a team. But nobody picked it, and that's fine. So we shall continue on to the number 5. The Colorado Rockies. More people told me not to do it than people told me to do it. When I posted the Twitter poll, because Twitter only allows for 4 options, I did include Seattle or Colorado. So no one had a chance to vote for either of those teams on Twitter. But yeah, it was pretty funny. One person said, do the Rockies. And 2 people are like, I hate the Rockies. I don't like their ballpark. Please don't do them. So, I mean, is -1 greater than 0? I mean, mathematicians would tell us no. But what do they know? Math? Pfft. Number 4. The Texas Rangers. I had 2 people vote for them on Twitter. 1 voted on YouTube. A couple other people said, if you can't do my favorite team, please do the Rangers. And the Rangers are another team that I really resonated with when I started watching baseball in the 90s and the very late 80s. Guys like Juan Gonzalez, Rafael Palmeiro, Alex Rodriguez, Kenny Rogers, who seemed to be the only person who could actually pitch in bloody Texas and not give up 1,000 home runs. Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. What a team. What an absolute unit of a team. But that's number 4 on the list. Number 3, the Oakland Athletics. I personally cannot write A's with the apostrophe because that's not how that works. It's not how it's ever worked. So if you're one of those folks who decides that you can use an apostrophe to indicate a plural, you're wrong. You're just wrong, and you should stop doing it. But for our purposes, I just spell out athletics for my own sanity. 2 people voted for it on YouTube. 3 people voted for it on Twitter. Those of you may say, okay. I'm actually thought the A's would be the most likely to win this contest. If you haven't read Moneyball, it's a wonderful book. It's kind of become like, this is like the anti-Bible. Like, if you're a baseball traditionalist and someone brings up the word Moneyball, you just start screaming internally. Possibly your head starts spinning around like in The Exorcist. Who knows? It's actually a really great book. Michael Lewis is a really clever writer, and I've read a few of his books now, and I've always enjoyed them. I've always found them incredibly informative, and this is no exception. Do not watch the movie. The movie is dumb. It's just so dumb. I don't know who decided that people would want to watch it other than, I guess, for Brad Pitt. But you could literally take a still photograph of Brad Pitt, and it has more character and talent than that entire movie did. I love a good baseball movie. Moneyball is not one of them. Moving on. Number 2, the Cincinnati Reds. Now, technically, this would be tied with the A's, if not for the fact that a couple of people said, if I can't have my favorite team, do the Reds. This is the advantage of being one of the few ballparks I've actually had a chance to go to. The Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is quite lovely. It's a nice place to watch a baseball game. They have Skyline Chili on their dogs, their hot dogs. If you've never experienced Skyline Chili, I recommend you try it at least once. You might hate it, but it's kind of the signature food item of Cincinnati. I enjoy it quite a bit, but if you're the kind of person who likes your chili spicy or with lots of beans, Skyline has neither of those things in them. But give it a try if you're in the area. It's actually quite enjoyable, for me anyway. And if you don't like it, well, you've expanded your food horizons. Now, the Reds are a team that I went to school in Dayton, so I was quite close to Cincinnati. I followed them semi-close, but not really all that closely. The Reds are obviously most known for the Big Red Machine in the 1970s with guys like Pete Rose and Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench. I'm blanking on other names right now. Was Orlando Cepeda on the Ranger or on the Reds, or was he on the Cardinals, or was he on both? Tony Perez, Buddy Bell. I think Buddy Bell was playing third base on those teams. But yeah, Ken Griffey Sr. A number of very high quality players, and the Reds really haven't accomplished much since then. Did he go to the World Series once in the 90s, and they got stomped pretty badly, if I remember right. I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm just going to assume that I'm right. But I remember that Barry Larkin was in the World Series once, and the team didn't do so well. Finally, we have the winner, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. Much like the Reds, the Pirates also have not really mattered since the 1970s. With the We Are Family Pirates, with Bobby Bonds and Willie Stargell, and Roberto Clemente. I don't remember when he passed. I don't remember if he was part of that World Series team. Doc Ellis. Some really tremendous players are on that team. On all those teams, really. But this was easily the number one choice. It didn't shock me that it would end up being the number one. And it's a team in Pittsburgh that I can tolerate. Pirates, no problem. Penguins, kind of a fan. Maybe they should lay off on the Stanley Cups to let the rest of us have a shot at it, right? The other team in Pittsburgh we will not speak of. As a loyal Browns fan, that team is dead to me, even when we beat them twice in a row to end a season. Anyway, so the Pirates are the winners. That will be the team that we play with on March 26th when OOTP 22 releases. In just a few weeks. As a reminder, we're going to be playing until I get to 3 championships and a Hall of Famer that I developed. So anybody on the opening day roster or even in the minor leagues is not eligible. It has to be somebody that I acquire or that I draft. And I will even further say I cannot be anyone that had any major league experience at the time I traded for them or signed them in free agency or picked them off the waivers or the Rule 5 or however I acquired the player. So no major league experience. So we're talking, practically speaking, 15 seasons at the absolute minimum, because you have to be in the majors for 10 years to be eligible, except for a couple of very specific circumstances where they've waived that requirement in the past. And it has to be 5 years after you retired is when you become eligible to vote for the first time. But that would assume that someone I acquire in the very first season becomes a Hall of Famer. And I'm a pretty smart guy. I don't know that I'm that smart. I don't know that I can definitely tell you, yes, it's going to be that player. Or not. we're probably going to be looking at 20 plus seasons. That I think is a much more reasonable thing to argue. But if I do manage it with Pittsburgh, we'll go down the list. I'll start a Cincinnati franchise and then going farther and farther. But I don't think it's very likely that we'll get to the end of the list. Heck, I don't even think we'll get past the Pirates. But maybe we will. Who knows? But I just wanted to let you guys know what was happening. So if you're a Pirates fan and voted for them, congratulations. If you didn't vote for the Pirates and you wanted another team to win, please take heart in that there is every possibility that I will be playing those teams with a new version of OTP in the future, if not 22. So, with all that said, thank you very much for watching. Again, thank you if you voted on Twitter or if you posted a comment in YouTube. I love hearing from you folks. One person also endorsed the idea of setting up a Discord server. I'm still a little bit ambivalent about that. I'll tell you what. If I can get... No, I'm not gonna commit to anything like that. Sorry. I had an idea in the back of my head, but I think we'll probably do that at some point. I just don't know that it's something I'd be interested in just yet. But it is what it is. And if enough people are really enthusiastically saying, yes, give us a Discord server, I can definitely consider creating one. But with that said, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.